Hello everyone, this is Blake Works DB back to introduce you to potentially a new percussionist, a new set of artists that you might want to try to dig into. Um, I certainly have, and have been enjoying what I've learned, so let me get right to it. Probably going to be a pretty short video. Wanted to get it out there though, just because I've been inspired to. So here we go. So last video I was telling you about my adventures into Sun Ra, and through some of the readings about Sun Ra, I got introduced to the author Graham Locke. And through Graham, there have been some mentions about Anthony Braxton, who was another creative musician that I really want to get into, and I started reading a little bit about Anthony. And one of the books that I have finished reading a couple of weeks ago and have been picking it up and down a few times since then is this book, Forces in Motion, the Music and Thoughts of Anthony Braxton. Now I'll come back to this a little later on, but I just want to tell you how I got to where I'm going. This is a very interesting book in the sense that Graham basically tours with Anthony and his quartet for 2 weeks, maybe a little more than 2 weeks, in Europe in the mid-'80s. And one of the band members is someone I had never ever heard of, really, Gerry Hemingway. And some of the things that is said by Graham about Gerry, and some of the interviews or quotes in here that Gerry makes really spoke to me in a way that I wanted to dig in and find out a little bit more about Gerry. So, of course, being the internet as what it is, I found Gerry's website, and on it he's selling some of his recordings, of course, and he happened to have some LPs, okay, so I love vinyl. You know I love vinyl. That's why you're here, because you also love vinyl. I decided to get in touch with Gerry and say, hey Gerry, I'd love to get copies of your vinyl. And then I also picked up a couple of CDs, simply because I wanted to find out a little bit more, about what he's doing now, versus what was going on, in the early days of Gerry's career. So, I got them in the mail. I've been listening to them. One of them is on the turntable right now, and I've got 3 that I will show you, and then a 1 CD DVD combo that I want to share with you. Each of these are released on Gerry's label, Oracle Records, and appears to be like 78, 79, or 78, 79, 80, 81 time frame, so very late 70s, early 80s time frame. And this first one is what's on the turntable now, called Kwambe, and it also has Ray Anderson, Anthony Davis, Jerry Hoggard, Wes Brown, Mark Halias, and George Lewis. It's a collection of, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Gerry Hemingway is a percussionist, a very creative percussionist, not a drummer. I wouldn't confuse him with a rhythm drummer in any way. He is a true percussionist in the sense that he uses all types of sounds and percussive instruments and a drum kit, very melodically, not in the sense that he's trying to be the rhythm section, or the back end of a quartet or quintet or anything like that. He is his own voice in a lot of what I've heard in recordings, and that's what's really intrigued me and got me excited about his recording. So having said that, there are 4 or 5 pieces well, they're listed as three, but one of them has several movements. Sorry about the light. On this LP, how to describe it other than, it's certainly not traditional jazz. It's not, I would say, it's not spiritual like, Farouk Bey or, any of that ilk, Pharaoh Sanders or anything like that. It's more free, experimental, very creative, in the sense that all of the instrumentalists get their play in the mix. I get the sense from reading the liner notes that a lot of it is notated music, but there's also a lot of room for each instrumentalist participant to go where they want to go with that notated music, which I find quite awesome because you can even take for example, you can even take the same notated music and read it in different ways, but you have a source there to begin with. It's I don't know. I visualize it in my head, but it's just hard to talk about. Nevertheless, very very good material here. Certainly out there in the sense that it's not something that you put on in the car and just like enjoy or jam to or anything like that. It's certainly heady music. Of course, I'm more of a headphone listener, so I really really enjoy it. So that's Kwambe. That was released in I believe 78 or 79. A lot of the recordings are done in 78, so I want to say maybe late 78, early 79. And then that was followed up by a group that they formed, Gerry with Mark and Ray Anderson released an album. And I think also the group's name at the time was Oaspe. So on here we have 5 tunes. Again, very much like what you're hearing now. Free, experimental, very creative. Each instrument has its own melodic aspect to the thing, to each composition. I want to say that when listening, I visualize a lot of what I'm hearing. So this comes as a very very close favorite. Although my favorite I'll show you last. Well, second to last. I got a CD I want to show you. In terms of the three, as far as favorites, now the favorite of the three that I got from Gerry is Solo Works, also on Oracle Records. This is really Gerry doing his thing, but with music that either he wrote or others wrote for him, including Mark, who wrote some music, and then Earl Howard, which is a new name for me, wrote some music for Gerry to play. Being solo, it is just Gerry, but amazing to me what Gerry can do with percussion. Through my time listening from classical music into jazz music into experimental, free, spiritual jazz music, and now into something much more creative. I really like the idea of calling it just creative music, so don't categorize it in any place, just creative music. This is another stepping stone that I really, really have enjoyed making, because it's opened up my mind and my feeling, my inner thoughts on where percussion can be in the musical soundscape. Now, you probably can't hear this, but this is Gerry doing his thing, right? Especially dig what he does with cymbals. There's a piece coming up I want to show you on this where well, I'll get to it then. Anyway, this is the third one. Again, you can get all three of these from Gerry still. I get the sense that he's running low on the solo works, but he still has the first two available. I'll put a link in the comments to his website. Email him, tell him, hey, Blake put a video up, I'd love to get some of your music, and then he'll hook you up with these. He packaged them very well and then shipped them to me. I had absolutely no problems with receiving them. So what more to say about solo works? You just gotta hear it. I mean, yeah, I should have done some more homework to figure out how to talk about this, but the only thing I can do is just say it's not drumming, it's percussion. So, you know, I mentioned earlier that I'm a very visual listener. I can't say that when I see sound, I see music or see sound, but I like to visualize that I do see. And Gerry's music has been some of the most visual that I've heard. Now I've been getting there with some of Sun Ra's mid-60s stuff, and I've been getting there with Anthony Braxton. So maybe I'm just evolving, and it happens to be that Gerry is who I'm listening to now. So when I saw on his website that he had this CD DVD combo called Kernelings, I absolutely love that image of Gerry there. I mean, you know, I like good photography, and this captures to me what I think of now when I think of Gerry. Or maybe it's biased, but I don't know. So this is Kernelings, released in 2014. It has a DVD of a lot of solo material. You can see a lot of the titles there from 1995 to 2012. But what caught my eye is a DVD in here of some video that he did with some of his music. And also, to my surprise, it has some other clips in here, including a solo with cymbal video recording, which is just awesome, man. I love it, love it. So here, come on, get back. Okay, in here, in the DVD, I can't say that I was surprised by what I was seeing in his video, because it very much matched up to how I was thinking about his music and his compositions and how they would build in my mind. But these videos just kind of confirmed that I was getting pretty close to what he was communicating, but very, very enjoyable. You know, I can't say, you know, there's an early piece in here where there are a bunch of slides that are going in his music. That didn't really work for me. What did work was his, you know, true video that he puts together and builds on and around his music, and probably he built some music on and around some of the video too, so that it was kind of not like, you know, just put music to video or video to music. I think it feels like that it was a concerted effort to use both to build what he's done. About an hour long, and just I absolutely loved it. So, you know, here I would go here if you want to even go further than the creative percussive aspects of Gerry, because I think the visual aspects just solidifies just how great a good percussionist can be. So I'm going to end it with that. I just really wanted to get Gerry's name out there. I think, you know, I think a lot of you that like watching my my music related videos. If you've enjoyed, my trip where I've been going in terms of my learning about music, I would definitely get into these Gerry Hemingway LPs. Get them directly from Gerry. His prices is, you cannot ask for more. A better deal. It's just coming directly from Gerry. Original releases on such a small label. Great stuff. So there I go. Just wanted to throw this out there while it was still fresh in my mind and hot on the turntable. Hope everyone's doing well. Cloudy here in Carolina today and very cold. We actually get some frost over the next couple of nights. This is crazy because all last week it was, upper 70s, touching into 80 a couple of days. So not quite out of winter yet. Spring hasn't sprung. So again, Gerry Hemingway. Look for his website link below, and please do give it a try. I think many of you will really enjoy this new name, and it'll open up another whole new set of artists to as David Sequoia Flame has admitted, you tunnel into one and you're open up to more, and then you just kind of like spider webs out to all of these different new things that you can get into, and it's a lot of fun. So there you go, everybody. Take care and spend time with the ones you love, because you just should. Bye bye.